Welcome to session 8. We were discussing with the fourth module. It was a combination of digital voltmeters and the bridges, and we were at the second chapter of the fourth module called bridges. And as this bridges, we were discussing with the DC bridges and the AC bridges. In DC bridges, we were discussing about the Wheatstone bridge. This is for the measurement of the unknown resistance. And coming to the AC bridges, in that we were in the previous session we were discussing about the capacitance comparison bridge as well as the Wien bridge, and in today's session we will discuss about the continuation of these bridges called Wien's bridge and inductance comparison bridge. Coming to the Wien bridge, the slide gives the diagram about the Wien bridge. This Wien bridge is a kind of AC bridge. That's why the source of excitation is an AC, and here it is having the four arms which forms the network, closed network. It is having the two resistance R1 and R2, and we are having the unknown resistance and as well as the capacitance at the fourth arm, that is Cx and Rx. Cx is in series with Rx and R3 is in series with C3. So this Wien's bridge is a series combination in one arm and a parallel combination in the adjoining arm. This Wien bridge is designed to measure the frequency. It is also used for the measurement of unknown capacitor with a great accuracy. And in this Wien bridge circuit, the components are chosen such that R1 and R3 must be equal to R and C3 and C1 must be equal to C. Therefore, while balancing the bridge, the R2 divided by R1 is equal to R1 by R3 plus C3 by C1. In this particular arms, we can match the R1 with R3 with the R and the C3 with C1 with a C. If we replace this R1 and R3 with R and C1 with C3 with C, then you'll get the equation R2 divided by R4 is equal to 2. And we heard that the frequency is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi RC, and we are substituting the value of available resistance and the capacitance, that is in that particular arm, R3 and C1, C3 and R1. While choosing the R3 is equal to R and C1 and C3 is equal to R, we'll get the equation of F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi R and CC. So we're going to cancel the effect of this and we'll write it as a 1 divided by 2 pi RC. The bridge can also be used for measuring the capacitance where the frequency must be known. Now this Wien bridge is to measure the unknown frequency, and here these are the problems related to the Wien's bridge. A Wien bridge circuit consists of the following. R1 is equal to 4.7 kilo ohm, C1 is equal to 5 nanofarad, R2 is equal to 20 kilo ohms, C3 is equal to 10 nanofarad, R3 is equal to 10 kilo ohm and R4 is equal to 100 kilo ohm. And here we need to determine the frequency of this particular circuit. And we heard that we are having a known standard equation of F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi R3 C1 C3 R1. And by substituting the value of all the known value like R3, C1, C3 and R1, we will get the frequency that is equal to 3.283 kilohertz. Similarly, we will discuss one more problem. This is to find the equivalent parallel resistance and the capacitance that causes a Wien bridge to null with the following component values. Here, instead of frequency, we need to find the equivalent resistance and the capacitance. So here the given value is R1, C1, R2 frequency and the R4 resistance. So here the remaining is R3 and C4. That one we need to calculate. That is the equivalent parallel resistance and the capacitance. They have provided with the second arm first arm and the fourth arm. The remaining is the third arm called as R3 as well as a C3. And we are having an equation of omega is equal to 2 pi f, where 2 into pi into f they have given 2.5 kilohertz. So these are the given value, and in order to find out this R3 is equal to R4 divided by R2 into R1 plus the effect of the first arm, that is 1 divided by omega square R1 into C1 square. By substituting the values, we will get the equivalent resistance. Similarly, in order to calculate the equivalent capacitance value, once again we need to consider the same bridge balanced equation, R2 divided by R4 into C1 divided by 1 plus omega square R1 square and C1 square. Continue with the problem. By substituting the value of this parameters, we will get the value of C3, that is the unknown equivalent capacitance with the third arm is 20.3 picofarad. These are the two problems related to the Wain's bridge. One is to calculate the unknown frequency and one more is to calculate the equivalent Cx as well as the Rx. And coming to the next topic, that is the last topic of this particular module, which comes under the bridges chapter. This topic called inductance comparison bridge. As we were discussing in the bridge chapter, these bridges are the circuit which will be helpful to measure the unknown components like resistance, inductance and the capacitance. Till now we were discussing about the measurement of resistance by using the DC bridges, particularly the Wheatstone bridge for the measurement of smaller resistance. And similarly in the AC bridges we were discussing with the Wain bridge, it's for the measurement of frequency, and we had a capacitance comparison bridge. This is for the measurement of the unknown capacitance. And finally we are moving on to find out the remaining parameter or the component called the inductance. So in order to measure the unknown inductance, we are having the inductance comparison bridge. So in inductance comparison bridge, the values of the unknown inductance Lx and its internal resistance Rx are obtained by comparing with the standard inductor as well as the resistance, that is L3 and R3. We can observe the circuit. In this circuit, it's a AC bridge. That's why the source of excitation is AC, and R1 R2 acts as a ratio arms, and these are connected to the adjacent arms, that is at point A and point B. These two opposite junctions are provided with the source, and remaining opposite junctions are loaded with connected with the detector. And here we are measuring the unknown Lx and the Rx with the known standard value of L3 and R3, a variable resistance which is in series with the inductor L3. Similarly, in order to balance the bridge, we are having the Lx as well as the Rx to balance with the R3. So this is about the inductance comparison bridge to measure the unknown inductance. And coming to the bridge balanced equation, similar to the previous capacitance comparison, and to measure the resistance, we need to deal with the bridge balanced condition, that is Z1 into Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3. So Z1 and Zx is equal to Z2 into Z3. The opposite terms we are balancing, and by substituting the value of this impedance 1, that is at the first term, it's purely resistive called R1, and Zx is equal to Rx plus j omega Lx. These two are in series. Rx plus j omega Lx is equal to R2 into R3 plus j omega L3. Two opposite terms, we have considered the effect of both the inductance as well as the resistance, and by performing the simplification in the next step, we will obtain this equation, that is R1 Rx plus R1 j omega Lx is equal to R2 R3 plus R2 j omega L3. In this equation, by equating the real and the imaginary parts, R1 and Rx is equal to R2 into R3, and imaginary part, by equating the real part, we will obtain the unknown Rx is equal to R2 R3 divided by R1, and R1 j omega Lx is equal to, this is about the imaginary part, and by equating the imaginary terms, you'll get the Lx, unknown Lx is equal to R2 divided by R1. J omega get cancels and remaining term is a L3. So these are the two equations to find the unknown resistance as well as the unknown inductance. In this bridge, R2 is chosen as the inductive balance control and R3 as the resistance balance control. R2 for the inductive balance and R3 for the resistance balance. And the balance is obtained by alternately varying the either the L3 or R3. And here we need to consider the Q factor also due to the inductance. Q is also referred as a quality factor. The quality factor of the unknown reactance is greater than the standard Q value. It is necessary to place a variable resistance in series with the unknown reactance to obtain a balance. In order to balance this Q factor is important for the unknown reactance. If the unknown inductance has a high Q value, then it is permissible to vary the resistance ratio when the variable standard inductor is not available. If not available, we can vary that. So once again, in order to balance the bridge and to obtain the equations, the impedance at the first term is Z1 is equal to the R1 minus of j omega C1, and similarly the admittance of the parallel arm is Y3 is equal to 1 divided by R3 plus j omega C3. And under the bridge balance condition and equating the real term and the imaginary terms, we will get the Rx as well as the Lx. So this is to find the unknown inductance by using the inductance comparison bridge. And this is about the last topic of the fourth module. So we are going to wind up the session 8 and we will come with the next session about the next module. Thank you.